Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking Tube Radio. I'm a host, Dr. Issa. This is episode 111th, 111. It is rain today. For these 3 days, it had been rainy days. I think it is very good. The rain is not so heavy and considered about since the early July. We don't have any. We hadn't had big rain. Heavy rain, so it is very good. And I am hay fever. I suffered hay fever, and the most worst season is spring, but the autumn, especially in this season. Since in this season, I suffered a little bit. Suffered from the pollen allergy. So it is very good to the rain washes the pollens from the pavement, So, but it is a little bit trouble to move by bicycle. So, to be honest, this morning it wasn't rain, so I went to the junior college where I which I work for, and by bicycle to go there by bicycle, and after that, the afternoon. It had been raining, so it's very wet. I'm very wet. Yeah. So I had to rode my bicycle in the rain. Anyway. I recently thinking about the Tokyo and this prefecture, Yamaguchi Prefecture. Yamaguchi Prefecture is far from Tokyo, but it's still on mainland of Japan. But the most west tip of mainland, and so. And many people say that kind of thing, like Tokyo is much better than this prefecture, Yamaguchi Prefecture, rural prefecture. Not only Yamaguchi Prefecture, compared to the other prefecture, Tokyo is perfect. And I have no idea it's not perfect. But anyway, they say, one of my friends, who is a designer, the most famous, I think one of the most famous designers in Japan, and maybe he have some kind of potential to be famous nationwide, and he says that Tokyo is better. The designers, he said, if I lived in Tokyo, I could earn 10 times money compared to in Yamaguchi Prefecture. 10 times. I'm really surprised. And many designers say that kind of thing. And it is very surprised that 10 times. 10 times. What do you think if you say if you earn 10 times as same job just for living in Tokyo and living in Yamaguchi Prefecture? It's very big difference. And but I think because it is maybe it is fact, it is some kind of truth, but because he is a designer and I'm not designer, to be honest. I cannot do design job. I'm an artist, fine art artist. So when I lived in Tokyo, I did some job, but the job was very bad as earning, very small amount of money I get, which is not enough for just commute there. So absolutely it's a kind of deficit. And the commute money, commuting, I spent it 900 yen for commute, return tickets of train, and I worked for 2 hours or something, and I got 900 yen. It's very stupid. It was very stupid, isn't it? And as I worked for the big company, which has the art culture painting class for general person. So I was a lecturer. So it is, but it is not big. It is very poor deal. It was, I think, no money, almost virtually speaking. It was no money to earn. I think the situation is very critical in Japan for fine art artists in Japan, and I hope I will. And at that time, I hope when I become, I will become. If I will, I become a professor at university, art universities. It might be happy, and to get plenty of time to paint or create my artworks. But things change nowadays. The university which has art department, fine art department, is a very critical condition for me. I think so. And the purpose of that kind of colleges, that kind of universities, is how their student, how to make their student enter workforce. So how to them to enter good companies or something. And the full-time professors and associate professors and full-time lecturers nowadays are not good at for fine art, to be honest. Very well for me, they are just amateur, or even or worse. I think they are not interested in art. It's very critical. They don't. Maybe they never go to art museum, I think, and they even they don't have how to use oil paintings. That's the truth. That's the situation now, and at least the junior college I'm working for, there's no professional full-time professor. No offense, but it's truth. And but I cannot blame the university. There's a lot of university which has art department, art expression departments all over this country, in Japan, I mean. But almost all, maybe 90 or 95% of them are almost the same situation. Only part-time lecturers can teach a little bit, but there are full-time professors or something. That kind of people cannot evaluate their part-time lecturers' skill because they are not interested in that kind of stupid thing they think, and they are interested in how students enter the good, better company, and they want to say, my university is very good because the students enter companies to work. 100% students enter. It's very stupid. It is kind of the official sector to introduce people to companies. It's not universities at all. It's my opinion. Anyway, it is very severe situation, academic, that's a reason. That's why I have to say academic position is almost at least art domain, fine art domain, completely crushed, collapsed, and meaningless. And so, as a private teacher, to teach something artworks or how to paint art, paintings or something, their earning is very poor, even if in Tokyo. And also, I think in my case, I have to say, I cannot say it is generally speaking, but only in my case, it is better for me in Yamaguchi Prefecture to privately or the small art schools, which is not official. It's a kind of the private school for just for mature students, almost just mature students, or even if the young people can enter, but no young people. And the mature students are much eager compared to young ones, and they have much money, I think. So it is just mentioning to about earning is not so good. It seems to not so good. But I think if they have some money, enough money to live, they can use the extra money to for educate themselves, and eventually they live much richer lives. Not I'm mentioned about just money. Culturally, they can cultivate themselves to pursue the meaningful, purposeful lives. So, but if you don't have any money, extra money for educate them yourselves, it is very critical condition. Just you have to always how to what can what can you eat this dinner or something, this supper or something. Sorry. So I heard when I heard their designer's opinion that Tokyo is better, I think that some for designers it is truth, and some other businessmen, for other businessmen or that kind of even presence. It is better to commence their business in more bigger city than Yamaguchi Prefecture. The nearby big city is Fukuoka city. Is better, and much better is in Tokyo. But I think even in this situation, the Japan itself is especially the economic is gradually declining, and their kind of energy of nations is also declining. It's no doubt. So, and it's not just it is not just a recent tendency, but generally speaking, Japanese people have a custom or habit, custom to buy artworks or to put artworks on walls in their own houses. I think there's many explanations about why Japanese people don't buy artworks. Some people say the wall is very small. Walls are very small, and there is no room to put artworks. But I think Japanese people don't have idea to buy artworks in the first place, and instead I think, it is my opinion, I think there is a culture to learn how to paint. So it is not difficult for Japanese people to pay for learning, but not now. This was a little bit older tendency. It is already very difficult, gradually very difficult, increasingly difficult. Increasingly difficult. So I have, but I think now I'm okay because I am now secure the place where I can make artworks, my artworks, and as a part-time job I have 3 or 4 jobs. Yeah, it is very ideal style to earn money, not just for one place to earn from. And I have, of course, I have a place to live now, not my place, the rent, the flat, apartment, not my own land. Someday I want to get my own land, but not so eager. I'm not so eager to get the specific place, specific land. The most important thing is making artworks and study by myself, educate myself. English, of course, and the practice the violin, and of course I have to be honest, I'm I'm a student of Open University in Japan, Open University of Japan. So I have a lot of I can learn a lot of things from there. Plenty of classes. It's very good. I have plans, but someday I would like to go abroad. I would like to show my artworks for all over the world. Japan is very for me it's there is a little bit subtle difference between the cities and the rural cities and the countryside, but I think it's almost the same, not so very big difference. People talk the same languages. There is a little bit dialect, but everybody can speak the standard Japanese, and everybody, and education is very same. The same, I think they're almost the same adults are made through education. So if it is possible, I would like to go the other places, other countries, to see the people and to contact the people. I know only Japan and a little bit Australia, where I lived for a year. The Brisbane, I know only Brisbane. And I think the other cities of Australia is very different from Brisbane. So now what I have to do is making artworks and to study, to educate myself by myself. And the two things is very important. And do some kind of and of course I have I'd like to the training, muscle training. I do muscle trainings and that kind of physical. I would like to keep. I must keep myself very fit and strong and physically, not only mentally. It is very important to. It is very important for artists to live longer. I don't want to die before I become famous artist. That's joke. But I think it's also truth. Okay. Thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Balete.